Have you ever caught yourself feeling like you know what's going to happen before it happens? It's like an event hasn't happened yet, but you can already sense it. It can feel like you have access to some invisible magical power, as if something special has awakened inside you. In reality, it's not magic, but a natural manifestation of your energy field. Every person has it, although only a few truly realize its power and influence. The energy field is the foundation of our existence. It invisibly permeates us, influencing our thoughts, emotions, physical condition, and even the circumstances of our lives. Most people live without even thinking about the fact that this energy is constantly at work, shaping their inner and outer worlds. Untapped potential remains in the shadows, only occasionally manifesting itself in intuitive insights that we cannot always explain. Now imagine if you could consciously use this power, directing it toward realizing your dreams, healing, and harmonizing yourself. What if the internal blocks that hold you back could be recognized and removed? This is not fantasy or esotericism. It is a skill that can be developed through self-awareness, mindfulness practice, and studying your own energy state. Around each person there is an invisible field, a subtle energy shell that reflects their inner world. This field is not a figment of the imagination, but a part of nature associated with the electromagnetic properties of the body. It is not limited to the surface of the skin, it extends further, forming an energy structure that has been called the aura since ancient times. The aura is a multi-layered system, each layer of which reflects a certain aspect of your personality: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. This field is directly related to what Eastern traditions call chakras, energy centers. Depending on the state of these centers, your aura changes. For example, if you experience stress, fear, or internal tension, your field shrinks, becomes dull, and your energy exchange is disrupted. This can manifest as fatigue, illness, emotional outbursts, or feelings of loss. But when you are in harmony with yourself, filled with bright thoughts, confidence, and calmness, your field becomes bright, wide, and alive. This state of energy balance is reflected not only in the body, but also in the mind, feelings, relationships, and even external circumstances. Energy is not an abstraction. It is what you feel every day. It moves where your attention is directed. Therefore, it is important to be aware of what you are focusing on: fears or opportunities, pain or healing, the past or the future. Awareness is the key to managing this energy. Practices such as meditation, deep breathing, contemplation, and inner dialogue help you to hear yourself better, recognize inner signals, and restore lost balance. When you begin to truly feel your energy field, you gain access to deep wisdom. It is like a map of your soul, pointing to places that need care, acceptance, or transformation. And with each step on this path, you move closer to wholeness, where body, mind, and spirit act as a single, balanced whole. By practicing mindfulness and energy self-observation, you gradually learn to feel your inner space, that invisible but living force that shapes your reality. With each step along this path, you begin to understand more and more clearly that your energy field is not just an abstract concept, but a real living system that responds to thoughts, emotions, and experiences. The deeper you dive into this work, the more you notice subtle changes in your perception, in your well-being, in your reaction to the world around you. Understanding your own energy becomes the first real step on the path to inner awakening. This knowledge gives you a structure for growth, allowing you to consciously use inner resources that you may not even have known existed. And then one day you realize that the obstacles that prevent you from moving forward are often not external at all. They are not circumstances, people, or accidents. They are internal blockages, old emotions, suppressed feelings, and traumas that have not found an outlet. Slowly but surely, they turn into energy barriers that prevent the flow of your life force from moving freely. Imagine your energy field as a clear, bright river. Ideally, its waters flow freely, washing over your body, mind, and spirit. But every tension, whether it's prolonged stress, a difficult conversation with a loved one, an old grudge, or unexpressed pain, becomes like a stone thrown into the riverbed. Over time, these stones accumulate, forming dams that slow down and sometimes completely block the flow of energy. And then you begin to feel it in the form of constant fatigue, irritability, emotional instability. Even your body responds, with headaches, digestive disorders, muscle tension. Sometimes it manifests itself imperceptibly. Apathy, lack of motivation, difficulty concentrating, a feeling that you have lost touch with yourself. Such blockages are like invisible walls that keep you in a confined space. It's like moving through life with the handbrake on. Things seem to be working out, but it takes a lot more energy, and progress seems too slow. These barriers feed on your doubts, fears, and beliefs that you once believed in, perhaps even unconsciously. They cast a shadow on your energy, and this shadow not only affects your inner state, but also manifests itself in the outside world. You begin to attract similar situations, find yourself in the same scenarios, as if stuck in a vicious circle. But this is where the power of awareness lies. The good news is that you can break out of this cycle. It all starts with the present moment. When you stop living in the past or worrying about the future and start noticing what is happening right now, you get a chance to let go of what you have accumulated. Attention is the first step. By becoming aware of your energy, you begin to see where resistance, tension, and pain are hidden within you. Spiritual practices help to clear the field. Meditation, visualization, breath work, and chakra cleansing. They help not only to feel relief in the here and now, but also to create lasting changes in your inner world. This is the path to harmony, to a balance between activity and rest, between striving and acceptance, between giving and receiving energy. Clearing energy blocks is like clearing a riverbed. Once you remove the obstacles, energy begins to flow easily, freely, naturally, and with that comes a sense of wholeness, lightness, and inner strength. When you begin to work with your own energy, removing internal blockages, and allowing your life force to flow freely, you will most likely feel lightness, a surge of energy, and surprising clarity. Suddenly, what previously seemed difficult and confusing will begin to feel easier and more natural. Opportunities that you didn't notice before suddenly begin to appear, as if the world has opened a new chapter for you. This path is not about striving for perfection. It is about moving forward, being honest with yourself, and realizing your true nature. Each step on this path is not just about removing obstacles, but about creating space for something new, powerful, and true. And now that you have freed up space within yourself for growth and renewal, imagine, what if the key to unlocking your potential lies right under your nose, in your breath? Just a few minutes of conscious, deeply felt breathing can change your inner state, help dissolve tension, relieve stress, and bring you back to your center. This is not magic, but an ancient practice known as pranayama, which modern science is only beginning to understand. Pranayama is the art of conscious breath control. Its roots lie in yoga and meditative traditions, but the essence is simple. By controlling your breath, you influence the state of your body, mind, and energy centers. It is a powerful tool for restoring balance and inner harmony. And, what is especially valuable, the practice requires nothing but yourself. No equipment, no special conditions, just your breath and a few minutes of attention. Imagine yourself sitting quietly with your eyes closed. You find a comfortable position, let go of external distractions, and begin to monitor your breathing. Inhale slowly through your nose, counting to 4. Feel the air filling you, your stomach rising, your body relaxing. A short pause, and then a slow, gentle exhalation through your mouth, also counting to 4. With each exhalation, you let go of tension, anxiety, and stress. This simple exercise can significantly reduce stress levels and restore a sense of presence and fulfillment. But breathing is only one aspect of the great process of recovery. Meditation, mindfulness, and the ability to be in the present moment are all integral parts of profound change. These practices help you to better hear your thoughts and emotions, to observe them without judgment, without running away. You become a witness, not a victim, of your inner noise. And when you observe, you are already in control. You free yourself from old reactions and unconscious patterns and allow your energy to flow freely. Gradually, you begin to notice how your state is changing. You become more resilient in the face of life's storms, recover more quickly from stressful situations, and waste less energy on struggle and anxiety. This growth in emotional stability is a direct result of the purification and strengthening of your energy field. Physical changes will also follow. Many who regularly practice breathing and meditation techniques report improved sleep, lower blood pressure, stronger immunity, and a general feeling of well-being. All of this is a result of the balance between body, mind, and spirit. It is important to understand that working with energy is not a one-time event. It is a process similar to gardening or physical training. It is impossible to become strong and healthy after just one run. The same applies to energy practices. The results come gradually, but they are deep and lasting. Even a few minutes each day can start a transformation that will change you from within. As you continue to practice energy and meditation techniques, you will gradually begin to notice how certain methods resonate with you on a deeper level than just the mind or body. With each passing day, you become more sensitive to the changes taking place in your daily life. As the air becomes easier to breathe and your internal reactions become softer and more meaningful. But have you ever wondered if all this is more than just a personal experience? That perhaps your own thoughts and emotions not only change you, but also literally shape the reality around you? This idea is not new. Its roots go back to ancient spiritual wisdom, but today it is increasingly confirmed by modern scientific discoveries. Everything in the universe vibrates, from atoms to our thoughts. Our energy field is not something abstract, but a living, active system in which the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual are closely intertwined. This field does not end at the boundary of the skin. It extends beyond the body and interacts with the outside world, affecting other people and the space around us. Imagine your energy field as a pulsating tapestry shimmering with light. Every experience, every thought, every emotion is woven into this pattern, changing its color and shape. Positive states, love, joy, gratitude, color the field in bright, pure tones. Negative emotions, fear, anger, despair, create dark, heavy areas, causing energetic dissonance. This is not just a beautiful metaphor. Our thoughts and feelings really do emit frequencies that can be measured and felt if you are sensitive enough. Every thought, even a random one, leaves a mark on your energy field. It's like it sets off a wave that spreads out and affects how things turn out. You begin to see that external circumstances often simply reflect your inner state. This concept of vibrational alignment explains why, when you are anxious or have low self-esteem, you encounter new difficulties, and vice versa. When you are filled with confidence and openness, life seems to open new doors for you. By consciously choosing what to focus your attention on, positive thoughts, feelings of love, peace, and gratitude, you raise your vibration frequency. This, in turn, changes the entire energy pattern within and around you. This understanding provides the key to true transformation. After all, if your inner vibrations shape your reality, then by changing yourself, you can change your life. This is the principle on which the so-called law of attraction is based, like attracts like. But this is not just a pretty phrase. It is a profound energy that operates in all areas of life. By aligning your field, cleansing it of the heaviness of the past, you are, as it were, tuning into a wave that begins to attract events, people, and circumstances that correspond to your new, higher frequency. And here, an even more expansive level of understanding opens up. You are an integral part of the universal energy network. Every thought, every feeling you have does not simply remain within you. It becomes a contribution to the collective field of humanity and the planet. This means that your personal work on yourself is not a selfish process, but a contribution to the common healing. By harmonizing yourself, you help the world become more whole, bright, and conscious. Realizing this connection between the personal and the global changes everything. You begin to relate differently to your health, your relationships, and your goals. The understanding that even a fleeting emotion affects not only your well-being but also the state of those around you evokes a natural desire for inner purity. By cultivating positive states, kindness, compassion, calmness, you don't just feel better. You create a space around you in which others can flourish. This understanding helps us to be more attentive to ourselves, to people, to the environment. We begin to realize how important it is to surround ourselves with supportive energy, how much the atmosphere of communication, the quality of thoughts, and even intonation affect us. All of this is vibrations that resonate with our field. And that is why choosing your environment is not a matter of taste, but a matter of health, balance, and energy hygiene. As we delve deeper into the study of our own energetic connections with the world around us and with other people, it becomes clear that many of our common problems, such as chronic stress, anxiety, and feelings of inner disconnection, may be not only psychological but also energetic in nature. This raises the question, could the solution to these difficulties really lie in practices inherited from ancient times, but adapted to the realities of our digital age? The answer may surprise you, yes. Practices such as pranayama, conscious breathing, yoga, tai chi, and meditation can be truly powerful tools for restoration, transformation, and finding wholeness. We live in a world filled with external stimuli, digital noise, and a constant race for efficiency. In this rhythm, we increasingly lose touch with ourselves. But it is precisely in such conditions that ancient wisdom proves to be more relevant than ever. Practices that have come to us from the past, like forgotten pearls, are returning to remind us that true strength lies within. Yoga, Tai Chi, and mindfulness are not exotic relics, but practical, time-tested methods that have helped people cope with internal and external storms for centuries. Take yoga, for example. It is not just physical exercises for flexibility and strength. Yoga is a holistic approach to life, a way to harmonize body, mind, and spirit. Through a combination of asanas, breathing techniques, and meditation, yoga offers a path to self-awareness, inner peace, and restoration of health. In an age of constant stimulation and overload, it becomes a true island of tranquility, allowing us to disconnect from the hustle and bustle and return to ourselves. Tai Chi, often described as meditation in motion, is another amazing path to inner balance. This art combines smooth, conscious movements with deep breathing and concentration. In a world where we are constantly rushing somewhere, Tai Chi reminds us of the value of slowing down, that sometimes it is in the pause, in the silence, that true forward movement is born. Mindfulness, perhaps the most widespread form of ancient practice today, offers us a simple but deeply transformative habit, to be here and now without judgment or analysis. This ability to stay in the present moment is one of the most important skills we can develop in an age of constant distractions and multitasking. Scientific research confirms that regular mindfulness practice reduces stress levels, improves emotional regulation, and strengthens mental health. But the power of these practices is not limited to emotional or mental well-being. Modern neurophysiology research has proven that regular practice of yoga, Tai Chi, and meditation can cause real changes in the brain. These changes are associated with improved concentration, increased emotional stability, and a general sense of well-being. This is direct confirmation that ancient wisdom and modern science do not contradict each other, but rather complement each other in an amazing way. At the same time, the effect of these practices goes far beyond the personal sphere. They help us establish a deeper connection with ourselves, with other people, and even with nature. In a society where alienation reigns, these techniques bring us back to the realization that everything is connected. Every emotion, every thought, every movement is part of a common energy flow. These practices teach us compassion, not only for others, but also for ourselves. And this is a quality that is particularly lacking today. One of the main attractions of these methods is their accessibility. To practice yoga, tai chi, or mindfulness, you don't need expensive studios, exercise equipment, or special conditions. You can practice right where you are, sitting at your desk, standing in line, lying in bed before bed. These are small but conscious actions that bring you back to yourself, step by step. It is not difficult to incorporate these practices into your daily life. It does not require a radical change in your schedule or retreating into solitude. It all starts small. A few minutes of deep breathing in the morning, a short sequence of asanas during your lunch break, a couple of mindful Tai Chi movements in the evening. But it is these small rituals that trigger waves of positive change that gradually spread throughout the day, the week, and your whole life. And in the end, you begin to understand. These practices are not just a way to reduce anxiety or strengthen the body. They are a path to a more balanced, harmonious, and fulfilling life. They are a reminder that true strength and stability are born not in the outside world, but within ourselves. These ancient practices invite us to pause, slow down, breathe more deeply and consciously, and move not on autopilot, but with intention and attention to each sensation. This is their profound power. In a world where everything is accelerating, they become a powerful antidote, allowing us to reconnect with ourselves. And when we embrace these traditions, an important question arises: how does modern science view all this? Can practices based on working with energy be anything more than just a subjective experience? It turns out they can. Recent scientific research is beginning to reveal surprising connections between the body's energy fields and physical and psycho-emotional health. And these discoveries are increasingly calling into question traditional approaches to the concept of healing. It is becoming increasingly clear that ancient methods and the scientific approach are not opposites, but complementary perspectives. Their interaction opens up new horizons in understanding human health. Although there are still skeptics who deny the value of energy healing, the number of scientific confirmations of its effectiveness is growing. More and more data indicates that the impact of such practices may be much deeper than previously thought. One of the most convincing aspects is the influence of energy methods on the state of the body and mind. Some studies show striking results. Up to 78% of participants who practiced energy healing reported a significant reduction in stress and an improvement in well-being. This is not just a subjective feeling of, "I feel better," but quite measurable shifts in physiological and emotional indicators. Take, for example, Reiki, a Japanese technique aimed at relaxation and recovery. For a long time, it was passed down as a spiritual practice, but now it is increasingly being confirmed by medical research. Participants who regularly received Reiki sessions reported pain relief, reduced anxiety, and increased energy levels. But it is not only Reiki that has caught the attention of scientists. Acupuncture, the cornerstone of traditional Chinese medicine, is also being actively studied in modern science. The latest research confirms its effectiveness in treating conditions such as chronic pain, anxiety disorders, and depression. This only reinforces the view that energy practices can be a valuable addition to traditional medical approaches. One of the most intriguing areas remains the study of the role of energy healing in complex therapy, especially in seriously ill patients. For example, among people undergoing treatment for cancer, those who received energy support at the same time reported not only a reduction in pain levels, but also an overall improvement in quality of life. This opens up new possibilities in the field of integrative medicine, an approach in which traditional and alternative methods work together, reinforcing each other. However, the main question is, how exactly does it work? There is no complete scientific explanation yet, but some researchers suggest that energy practices interact with the electromagnetic field of the human body. This field arises from the electrical activity of our cells and plays a vital role in maintaining health. Moreover, some scientists go even further. There is a hypothesis that consciousness itself may be a special kind of field, an integral part of the brain's energy structure. If this is confirmed, our understanding of the nature of consciousness and energy healing will change dramatically. The phenomenon of vibrations associated with emotional states is of additional interest. Positive emotions such as love, gratitude, and inspiration are accompanied by higher vibration frequencies, while negative emotions such as fear, anger, and despondency vibrate at lower levels. This is not just a philosophical concept. Research data is beginning to confirm it on a physiological level. This means that the ancient truth that energy flows where attention is directed is not a poetic metaphor, but an accurate formula. By focusing on bright, life-affirming thoughts and states, we can really influence our energy field, and through it, on our health, mood, and interaction with the world around us. This gives each of us a real tool, the ability to heal not only the body but also the mind, the ability to build a life on a new level of clarity, strength, and inner balance. As humanity delves deeper into the phenomenon of energy healing, we discover something amazing. Ancient practices, once dismissed as naive, esoteric, or pseudoscientific, are now being taken seriously, not only by followers of spiritual traditions, but also by representatives of science, psychology, and medicine. We are witnessing an era in which two seemingly opposite worlds are coming together, rational knowledge and intuitive wisdom. This union is giving a powerful impetus to the development of a holistic approach to health, encompassing not only the body, but also the emotions, mind, and spirit. We are increasingly asking ourselves questions. How exactly does human energy work? Can our energy field be not just a mirror of our state, but an active tool for transformation? What if it is capable not only of reflecting, but also of creating? What if our thoughts, emotions, and intentions literally shape our future, step by step, choice by choice? These questions are becoming louder because people have a thirst to understand how the world really works, deeper than can be measured by instruments. More and more research indicates that thought is not just a product of the brain, but a form of energy. And if thought is energy, then it interacts with the surrounding field, with the reality in which we live. The concept of manifesting one's desires by aligning one's energy with the vibration of one's goal has its roots in ancient traditions. Even in the Vedas, Buddhism, and the shamanic practices of indigenous peoples, there is mention of the power of thought, intention, and words. What we now call the law of attraction, or energy alignment, actually has a 1,000-year history. Today, this knowledge is being rediscovered, but on a new level, with the participation of neurobiology, quantum physics, and psychotherapy. The main idea is this: everything in the universe, including you, your emotions, and even your dreams, vibrates. Everything, thought, and feeling has its own frequency. When you want something, for example, harmonious relationships, financial abundance, health, or self-realization, you essentially want to resonate with a certain vibration. And this is possible. Just as you tune a radio to the right frequency, you can tune your inner frequency. This process begins with awareness. First, you learn to observe your thoughts. What do you think about most often? Do your internal dialogues inspire you, or limit you. Then you begin to shift your focus, not on fear, not on doubt, but on possibility. And this is where visualization comes into play. When you vividly and emotionally imagine that you have already achieved what you want, your brain does not distinguish between imagination and reality. It activates the same neural circuits as in a real situation. This means that your body begins to feel success, joy, love, and confidence, even before it has happened in the outside world. This means that you are already tuning your field to the right frequency. But that's not enough. For energy to become purposeful, you need the impulse of intention. It's like the steering wheel of a car. Visualization is the engine, and intention is the direction. This is where meditation practices come in, especially those that focus on purposeful intention. Sitting in silence, you focus your mind, clear your emotions, and connect with what you really want, not out of fear or pressure, but out of inner integrity. Another powerful key is gratitude. Not just as a polite gesture, but as a deep inner state. When you are grateful for what you already have, you expand your field, filling it with light and joy. This creates a magnet for new positive events. Gratitude is like water nourishing the seeds of intention. The more grateful you are, the more good things come into your life. Additionally, you can use affirmations, positive statements spoken with faith and regularity. But here it is important not just to repeat words. Affirmations must come from the heart, accompanied by feeling and conviction. Then, they really work as a reprogramming of your perception and thinking. And yet, manifestation is not magic in the spirit of sit down, dream, and get it. It is a living process that requires action. Without action, energy does not flow. You have to take a step, even if it is the smallest one. A phone call, a letter, training, a new habit, a bold decision. Every action you take, if inspired by inner truth, strengthens the field and brings you closer to your goal. The universe responds to your actions, not your complaints. One simple but powerful method is the 3-5s technique. Spend 5 minutes a day vividly visualizing what you want. 5 minutes, saying affirmations that strengthen your faith. 5 minutes, sincere gratitude for what you already have. Each of these parts reinforces the other. These are 15 minutes that can change your energy and, as a result, change the trajectory of your life. Manifesting your desires through energy alignment is not a secret available only to the chosen few. It is a skill that develops over time. And like any skill, it requires practice, patience, and openness. The main thing is to be honest with yourself, not to give up, and to keep going, even if you don't see results right away. You are not a casual observer of your destiny. You are its active co-author. Your energy is the brush with which you paint your reality. And the more consciously you control this brush, the brighter, richer, and more beautiful the canvas of your life becomes. You may not see immediate results. And that's okay. Working with energy does not always yield instant results, but with constant practice and sincere intention, you will begin to notice subtle changes, at first almost imperceptible, like a light breeze in the silence. Pay attention to synchronicities, coincidences, and sudden opportunities. These may be signs that you are moving in the right direction. Sometimes the universe speaks to us in whispers, and only an attentive heart can hear it. Trust the process. Don't try to control everything, but stay focused on your goals. Allow yourself to be open to the unexpected, to the beautiful, to the new. Now imagine, what if managing your energy is not a mystical science, but a practical skill, like learning to ride a bike? At first, you may be uncertain and unsteady, but with each attempt, you become more confident and freer. Each of us already has an internal tool, a set of resources capable of shaping reality. This set does not need to be purchased or sought externally. It is already within us. All that is required is to unlock it. Working with energy is not about complex rituals or secret knowledge. It is about mindfulness. It is about being sensitive to yourself and your state of being. It is a skill that can be developed, like writing, music, or cooking. No one becomes a chef after one successful dish, and in the same way, you should not expect miracles after one meditation or visualization session. The main thing here is consistency, patience, and a willingness to explore. The first step is awareness. Start by observing. How do you feel at different times of the day? What changes in your state? Physical, emotional, mental? Are you full of energy or drained? Excited or calm? These small sensations are signals of your energy state. The more attentive you are to them, the better you will be able to manage them. Breathing is one of the most powerful tools for working with energy. A deep, slow breath can restore calm and balance the mind. Fast, active breaths, on the contrary, can invigorate and recharge your vitality. Try experimenting. As you inhale, imagine bright, shining light filling you from within, revitalizing every cell in your body. And as you exhale, release the tension, as if letting out a dark fog that carries away fatigue, anxiety, and everything you no longer need. Physical movement is an integral part of energy work. After all, the body and energy are inseparable. Simple exercises, stretching, smooth movements, yoga, dance, all of this helps to stir up stagnant energy, revive its flow, and restore lightness and freedom. Even a rhythmic walk in the fresh air can be a practice of energy cleansing. Emotions are also energy in motion. When we suppress or ignore them, energy gets stuck and internal blocks are created. But if we allow ourselves to feel, without judgment, without resistance, energy begins to flow again. Joy, sadness, anger, inspiration, these are all natural states. Accepting yourself in any moment is an act of deep love and respect for yourself. Thoughts are another key element. Pay attention to how you talk to yourself. What are your internal dialogues like? Are they supportive or debilitating? The practice of redirecting negative thoughts into a positive direction is not about denying reality. It is about choosing where to hold your attention, what to focus on. Thoughts are like a flashlight beam. What you shine it on becomes your experience. Over time, you will begin to notice changes. It will become easier to cope with stress. You will feel greater clarity, calmness, and stability. You will feel that you are not just reacting to life, but creating it. And this is indeed the case. Energy mastery is not just the ability to feel better. It is the ability to create yourself, your day, your destiny. There are simple techniques that will help you with this. For example, tuning into your energy throughout the day. Set a reminder on your phone. Several times a day, just stop and ask yourself, how do I feel? Where am I now? Is my energy bright, tense, tired, or uplifted? This helps you develop subtle sensitivity and stay connected to yourself. And if you feel a decline in energy or internal overload, do an energy reboot. Find a quiet place, close your eyes, and take a few deep breaths. Imagine a stream of pure, shining light passing through your body, carrying away everything unnecessary, dark, and heavy. Then formulate a clear intention, how you want to feel going forward. Gently open your eyes and return to your day in a new state. Remember, the path to energy mastery is not a short marathon. It is a constant journey. Throughout your life, you will discover new depths, learn new techniques, and rethink old habits. It is an endless process of self-discovery and self-creation. Approach it with joyful curiosity. You will be amazed at how many miracles will begin to happen. Energy is not an abstract concept. It is a real, tangible force that makes up your life. Your thoughts, feelings, actions, all of these are vibrations. They create your field, your experience, your future. And the good news is, you can control this process calmly, step by step, with confidence and interest. The main thing is to start. Mastering energy is not a gift reserved for the chosen few. It is a skill available to everyone. You don't need superpowers or esoteric knowledge. All you need is desire, a willingness to practice, and openness to change. Through conscious breathing, visualization, and observation of your emotions and thoughts, you can build your inner state step by step, and with it, your whole life. Your energy is your power. It is your magic. And it is always with you. It's time to unlock it. It's time to remember what you are truly capable of. It's time to create the life you really want. I would like to apologize in advance for any errors in the text or dubbing. I am still learning, and the language used on this channel is not my native language. The dubbing was done using artificial intelligence. Please point out any errors so that I can correct them and improve the quality of the content. I would also be happy if you shared your thoughts on the topic. Your support in the comments motivates me to continue searching for new interesting stories. Thank you for your understanding and participation. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any new stories.